Okay, next up in my grandfather's pocket knife collection, we have 3 pocket knives that are stamped high carbon steel USA. And from what I understand, that, I can't be too sure on this one because there's not a lot of info. But from what I've seen from like eBay advertisements and things like that, I believe it's a stamp that comes from Sears and Roebuck. Sears and Roebuck or Roebucks? I don't know. So Sears, they're sold by Sears, but not made by Sears, and looks like they were probably made by the company Camelus for Sears. Yeah, so that's just what I'm looking at and kind of deductive reasoning, so to speak, on these knives. So they look like 1940s, 50s, 60s type knives. I don't have any much more info on them than that, but they're they're nice knives, real solid. And so we're gonna throw some oil on them, clean them up a little bit, and just go from there. So I'll start with the top one. This is a peanut pattern. My grandfather tried to sell it for $3. Does not look like it's got brass liners. These seem like nickel. So that's, I think, as far as how things go in the pocket knife world, not a great thing. Got this shield here. Don't know what this is. Probably kind of seems like bone. It's got 2 blades on this. This is a clip bit blade here, and another. I don't know if this is a clip blade. I'm not kind of sure what shape knife that is, but yeah, two blades here. It is a it is a nice feeling knife. Everything's real tight. Nothing wobbling around. Good snap. Half stops. Yeah, just kind of a decent Sears knife, I guess. This one looks like, something somebody would have as an everyday carry. This particular one does not, it's got some pitting on it, things like that from just being old carbon steel. But no rust or anything. That's pretty cool. So yeah, just throw a little oil in these guys, clean up, wipe them down a little bit, and show them off to you fine people. Sears and Roebuck, I believe, not plural. Sears and Roebuck. I was just reading about Camelus. I guess they started in 1902. I think I spoke too soon on the rust. It might be a little bit of rust on this one. Started in 1902. I don't think these are from that era, but that's when Camelus started making knives for themselves and for people or companies like Sears. I don't know if that's rust, but certainly pitting. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. Take this masking tape off. This usually comes off with oil, this masking tape glue. funny. This type of stuff, I think for the time, was just okay. But, you know, how they made things in the past versus how they make things now, I always feel like what was okay in the past is really good these days. I mean, it's obviously stood the test of time. Yeah, that masking tape came off just fine. Kind of looks like the bolsters are kind of made as part of the liners. I don't see any rivets in the bolsters. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but that's what it looks like. But it's pretty, you know, it's a nice looking knife. This is one of these, I feel like, I said this before, like an everyday carry, because it's not, you know, you don't want to take a super expensive pocket knife out to be used every day. So something like that, or something like this, works out pretty well for that, because it's a solid, dependable knife, but not so expensive that if it fell out of your pocket, it would kill you. That's kind of how I think about these particular Sears knives. So there's knife number one. Yeah, it came out real nice. Oh, no, there are rivets in there, so maybe I'm wrong on the whole bolster thing. I don't know. But it looks neat. Next up is this cigar guy. It looks kind of like a camping Boy Scout knife. The screwdriver bottle opener thing here. It's a pretty typical Scout knife. Tarnished from age, like all these guys are. It still works. It just seems like surface tarnish, surface, maybe a little bit of surface pitting. This guy, I believe this is a blade for opening tin cans, I believe. But on all these knives, feel free to let me know where I'm wrong, but I think that's what people used. Use it to open up a can of tuna, maybe. Nice snap. Main blade here. Use, you know, another just solid, dependable pocket knife. These also don't look like brass liners. This one, covers are kind of coming out a little bit separated. I don't know if that was made that way or they're coming apart over time. But yeah, there's, you know, these aren't real level. All these little things, you know, probably the manufacturing process, since they're not really, probably not super expensive knives. And this kind of thing is what I had, you know, looking at his collection over the years before I got this involved with him, this is what I thought 95% of what the pocket knives would be. So this is like typical grandpa knife. Leather punch blade here. This one, I imagine, probably give people a lot of nostalgia that it might still be alive, because, you know, everybody had one of these guys at one time. Especially if you were in the Boy Scouts doing a lot of camping in general, this would be pretty handy. Yeah, still good snap on all these blades. You know, real weighty, solid knife. Let's see, no half stop on that one. But cleans up real nice, as usual. Try to get some of the rust on these guys. These guys seem to be, I don't know, it's hard to tell. I mean, if there is rust, if that is rust, it's just a small amount. All definitely surface rust. Yeah, they're a solid piece. All right, then the last one. This one, the Stockman shape. I don't know if I mentioned that, but cigar shape. This one I believe is a Stockman shape. This one has more rust on it than the others. Got a little bit of rust over there. And this clip point, it's got some rust coming up on there. But again, you know, real just small amounts of rust that could probably be taken off without taking off a huge amount of metal. Carbon Steel USA. Decent enough snap. No half stop. It works. I remember Sears well. I cannot remember if it's still in business. But I've been to Sears a few times. I think it's still in business. I mean, at one time, Sears was it, man. You wanted hardware. If you don't go to your local hardware shop, you go to Sears, and they had the Craftsman line. The Craftsman line with their lifetime warranty. Of course, if you know Craftsman these days, they're not nearly as good as they used to be. I don't know if they come with a lifetime warranty or not still, but just the quality of the Craftsman's gone way downhill. But they used to be the thing. They wanted a appliance or lawnmower. You know, Craftsman's were mostly tools. You would go to Sears. I don't know who makes good tools these days. I think they're all, like if you want a crescent wrench or something like that, you just go to Home Depot or whatever. They have their line. And oil help this blade out. A little bit, it's still a little bit tight in there. Good snap. Sorry. This is a rust in here, so that's kind of a bummer. But, you know, surface rust, not a lot. These actually look like brass liners on that one. That's, I guess, a sign of better quality, I guess. I still have a lot to learn on, you know, everybody kind of goes, hey, brass liners, that's good. I don't know why that's good, but apparently it's good. If anybody feels like explaining it to me, feel free. Maybe it just makes it extra fancy. Who knows? Okay, that about does it for this lovely episode. Knives are real, you know, for just everyday carry, kind of middle of the road knives, there's a real neat, I think. You know, I like these guys. That, again, comes out real nice. Yeah, even, you know, this one is the best one as far as pristine condition, but boy, certainly happy to use it if I was needing a pocket knife. All right, well, there you go. High Carbon Steel U.S. 3 of these nice little guys. Pretty cool. Thanks for watching.